What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today we're going to be doing our weekly review for this week's episode of the Walking Dead television series. This one's for The Walking Dead Season 7, this week episode 12, which is called Say Yes. Now, this one was amazing. I gotta say that. It was amazing. Now, this review is being posted like bright and early in the morning on Monday because I'm on March break right now, and I have all week off basically to do videos and all that kind of stuff for you guys. So we're going to be doing tons this week. Yeah, I decided to get the review bright and early, up bright and early in the morning for you guys, because I know a lot of people probably want to see it earlier than I usually post them, like late Monday night, right? So we're changing it up, right? So yeah, and basically with this one, oh man, I love this episode. So, okay, spoiler warning if you have not seen the episode yet, let's just get right into it. This was a great episode. I mean, we had a lot of different things going on. We saw a lot of different, environment shots that I did enjoy. You know, we saw the carnival. We saw that kind of grocery store or whatever Rick and Michonne slept in, like a garage there with all the food cans and everything. We saw that too, and I liked how they fell off the roof and then they just kind of started laughing. So they had a positive mood in this one that I really enjoyed. And this, to be honest with you, I was watching this one and I was watching. I would say about halfway through this episode, I was like, okay, this one kind of reminds me of The Next World. It's kind of bright and kind of, that type of deal. Yeah, you get to the end and you notice this is nothing like how that episode was. This one's a lot darker near the end, and it's pretty insane when you see Rick almost get killed off. It's a close call. I'll admit it. It's one of his closer calls he's had in a while. He had one in episode 9 too. Like, he's having a lot of close calls. Like, I'm not really liking that too much. So, did I think Rick was dead? I know a lot of people are probably going to say, did I personally think Rick was dead? No, I didn't think so. And the thing that kind of spoiled it for me was, no spoilers per se, but we saw a promo shot of Rick saying it's not about us anymore, and I knew that scene was in this episode, and we didn't see the scene yet, and that happened before before the scene that I'm talking about. So it's, I kind of knew, but I just really thought that it was sad for Michonne. I was sitting there and I was like, man, like, are they going to do something where maybe, like, honestly, for a split second, I thought Rick was actually not dead. I didn't think he was dead, but I thought Michonne was going to die, and that would have been Rick responding. Maybe when he reveals he's alive and he sees her getting eaten alive. That would have been crazy. But I'm just saying, I think the big question is, did Michonne want to give up? Was she done? Like, was she done when she dropped the sword? Was she just done? Was she going to take her own life? I honestly don't think that Michonne really wanted to keep going. I'm going to be honest with you. It looked like she was done. She was done. Yeah, we didn't see a proposal scene. A lot of people thought we would have, but I mean, with this one, it's kind of, I almost feel now that I've seen it, you don't even need it. I just feel like it's one of these episodes. I think if there's one thing for even, like, what does this episode accomplish for a group? I would say that this accomplishes that if they lose, one another, Rick, or if Rick loses Michonne, or if Michonne loses Rick, they have to keep going. And, Rick says, I can lose you, you can lose me, and, Michonne doesn't like it, but she knows he's right. And you know what? It's true, because I really, when I thought that she was going to take her own life, and Rick actually still wasn't dead, I didn't think he was dead, that was pretty major, when she just dropped the sword. I didn't even know what to think, or anything like that. It was one of the craziest scenes ever, I think, from the last couple, at least, episodes. This one was pretty insane. So, anyway, the beginning of the episode, they're kicking down the door or whatever. You get them. You can tell they've been out for a couple days. they've been finding guns and everything like that. And we also see Rosita, of course. We saw the sneak peek with her trying to stitch the cut, of course, from Arat. And it looks better. It looks like it's healing a little bit. But it almost reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the comic books, Andrea has like a cut, she has some, not right there, but she has like 1 or 2 cuts on her face. It almost reminds me of that there, what Rosita has. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if they're trying to resemble that in some way. I'm not really sure. But we have her, and I like when she finds the toy gun, right? It's pretty funny, and I actually have one just like that, a toy gun, just like that. I don't have it right now, but it's just weird because she's killing this zombie, and all she gets out of it is a toy gun. Pretty funny. Anyway, I kind of laughed at that part, and she went through all that just for a toy gun, and she also blames Father Gabriel in this one, and I'm not really sure why. I'm not really sure, because Gabriel didn't really tell her what to do. He just said, why do you have to die, right? It kind of just doesn't make any sense, and I gotta admit, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. I don't understand why she had to do it. She was just mad, I guess. But I mean, yeah, she should have waited for the right time. If Rosita was gonna kill Negan, is all I'm saying. I don't want Negan to go. Not even soon, but I'm just saying, right? But everybody wants to kill him at this point. It's pretty insane. Anyway, so this is a cool one. I really like the way it went. You had Michonne and Rick. He found a chili mac and cheese, food or whatever, a mixture. I thought that was weird. It's like, oh, you're gonna like this one, chili mac and cheese. I was like, that actually tastes good. I'm not even sure. I can't even picture what that would taste like. That probably wouldn't taste too good. But anyway, that was weird. I don't know. I don't really care about that part. But anyway, it was funny to see them kind of, just have fun. They fell through the roof. And to be honest with you, I thought it was something else. I thought somebody maybe I don't know, maybe shot them and they fell down. Maybe because the roof was pretty loose. I thought somebody shot them for a minute and then they went down. But then I heard them laughing and I was like, okay, we're good. Yeah, it almost reminded me of the big spot in season 4 when the zombies were falling down, right? I have actually one of the zombies in action figure form that fell down. This guy right here, there in the one there with his guts hanging out right there in front of the Michonne figure. So that's pretty funny. I like that one a lot. I keep that in the display, right out in the open. You can't really see these small ones that well. You can't really. They're kind of hard to see from a distance away. But anyway, so that was cool. And then we, of course, got, a couple other things here going on that I'm really happy about. It's not about us anymore. It's pretty major, though, when we see Rick say that he misses Glenn and that he couldn't save him, but he saved Rick from back in the start. I feel like they're being so unfair here with Abraham, because Abraham got killed and it was sad, but everybody's talking about Glenn. Nobody even talks about Abraham anymore. It's ridiculous. I think Glenn's more of a major death, but they are not talking about Abe at all. Barely. I think the only people that are actually talking about him is Sacha and Rosita. Aside from that, nobody even, it seems like they miss him. They all miss him, but it doesn't even seem like they even care almost. But then we see Rick hand Michonne 8 zombies, so she has to handle 8 zombies, and she does. Of course, she makes it, and I knew she would have. Basically, we see Rick try to get in a car, and there's this zombie, and his face is through the glass, and Rick has to tear that. And I loved it, and you can tell Greg Nicotero directed this episode, because you saw the scene where he's just ripping off body parts until he gets the whole thing off. It's just ridiculous, man. It's man, that was awesome. That was really awesome. And you saw the gore and everything. Oh yeah, you can tell Greg Nicotero directed this. And if you guys didn't know, Greg Nicotero directed this one. One of my favorite directors, probably my favorite. I also liked Ernest Dixon. What's his last name? Ernest something. But yeah, he doesn't direct episodes anymore. I haven't seen him direct any. But then we see Rick and them bring the guns back to, you know, of course, the junkyard. You know, they give them some, and Rick is actually the one making her say yes this time, and I like that because she's being a little unreasonable here, and she's not really giving, you know, she's not really following the deal, and I like that Rick kind of put her in her place a little bit there, because she's such a weird character. I don't even know what to think of Jadis. I really don't. She's kind of weird, to be honest with you. But anyway, so I almost feel like she's one of those that will kind of stab you in the back, and I'm not a big fan of that. But I feel like she could be one of those that kind of gets killed off in All Out War, and probably most of the people at the junkyard, to be honest with you. I don't really see a future for that group at all. I think that group right there will probably be like the army of All Out War that will be probably taken out because of course, seeing, Rick's group and everything like that. I think that they're a kind of group that will be wiped out pretty quickly, to be honest with you. Then we get Tara, and she says, I have to tell you something. And by the way, Judith is growing up. Like, she looks way older all of a sudden. I was like, okay, so, I don't even think you need to call her Baby Judith anymore. Like, she's becoming a tiny, toddler almost now, a little young lady, right? So, yeah, she's growing up there, yeah. So that's always cool to see because she was like a really young baby just a few episodes back when Negan, took her. So I was like, okay, I didn't really know what to make of it, but it's cool to see her grow up and everything, I guess, and of course, Tara's about to tell Rick about the ocean side. I wish they would have shown Rick's reaction, though. I wanted to see what his response would have been once she told him there was a new community, and they never got there. And then we have Sacha and Rosita actually getting along this time, and basically they're both ready to take out Negan. Sasha's going to take the shot. We're going to talk about that in a video, because there's some comic book stuff coming up from Volume 20 that I think will be replaced for a certain character out of these two. And I'm not really going to spoil it. I guess I'll just say Sasha will probably be killed pretty soon, unfortunately. Wouldn't that be crazy if they killed both? I think that would be pretty crazy if they killed both Sasha and Rosita. Almost like how they killed Abraham and Glenn in the comic book. It was just Glenn, right? So they could do that. And I hope they don't, because we've already lost too many characters as it is. So, anyway, write your comments below about this episode. How you feeling after seeing another episode of our regular group? A lot better than last week's. I didn't really care much for last week's, but we're back on track. I'm really excited for next week. I didn't think I'd be so excited for the Kingdom episode like I was saying. I was like, Kingdom episode. It looks good. Now that I'm seeing the promo, it actually looks pretty good. So, we're going to do the predictions. I can't wait to see next week's episode. And we only got 4 left. But we're going to be doing tons of videos during the summer break. So, do not worry. Almost every day. That's the kind of channel I am. So, stay tuned. Anyway, I'll see you guys really soon.